Hello, y'all, and greetings from lovely Florida. It's your girl, Chelsea Nicole, and I'm back. On Facebook for another installment of Facts Only. We got season 2, episode 5. And again, I'm here in Florida, staying with my cousin Karen. Shout outs to Karen for putting the sister up. Today's episode, I don't know if y'all saw it in the description or whatever. It's too much sex. So last week I introduced everybody to the Eve's Revenge concept that I have going. If you don't know, check out the last video, and anybody I've shared that information with, shout outs to y'all. Keep it moving and grooving. But yeah, so like I was saying, last week I was talking about starting this project. It's called Eve's Revenge, and it basically goes from, of course, the story of Adam and Eve, and all the information that Eve got after taking a bite of that forbidden fruit, and what she's gonna do with it going forward and stuff like that. So Eve's Revenge, y'all. That's what I'm hitting with it. So this episode is called Too Much Sex. So I called it that because what up, Ryan? So I'm calling it Too Much Sex because I feel like we're kind of like overly sexualized, and I don't think I'm the only one who thinks that. I was just on a Facebook post not too long ago where somebody was asking whether or not breastfeeding in public was gross or inappropriate or disgusting or whatever the case may be. Now, me personally and a couple other females as well, they were just saying, why would breastfeeding in public be gross? Like, that's what breasts are for. Like, breasts are a part of your reproductive systems. If nobody knew that, they should go back to, what is it, anatomy? I think that's anatomy, science, something like that. Look it up, Google it, do something. But, like, your bodies are just so overly sexualized, like too much thigh, like breast, ass, whatever the case may be. Like, everything is always geared towards sex. Like, you can't do anything without somebody calling it sexy or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So that goes back to the whole Eve's Revenge concept as well, where it's like, before Eve decided to take a bite of the fruit, before Adam decided to take a bite of the fruit with her, they were walking around naked, and it wasn't a problem. There was no issue, because naked that's what they were. They didn't know that they were. They just were alive and living and free. You know what I'm saying? Enjoying the garden. They had everything that they needed. Like, being naked didn't bother them. So Ryan says, it's crazy because no one say anything when guys take their shirt off, but got something to say when a woman just trying to feed their child. Yes, young brother. That's facts. Like, guys could take off their shirt and move their pecs. When the guys make their pecs jump and all that other stuff. That's cool. That's cute, right? For a guy to just take off his shirt and that just be okay. But a woman who is there with her child, who is in plain sight, taking out one breast, not even both of them, just one breast. She taking out one breast to feed her child, and y'all over here having a hold up hissy fit. Like, y'all for real? Y'all serious? Like, now I'm not saying like she gotta just flash folk or nothing like that, but I don't see why there would be an issue with her taking out a breast and feeding her child when that's what she's supposed to do. Like, they tell you all the time, like, breast milk is the best milk for your baby, as far as like their development and all that stuff. That's the healthiest thing that your child can have is breast milk from their mother. Like, you know what I'm saying? Right? So why is it that people are out here trying to give their child something great to help them up here mentally and physically and all that stuff as far as development and growth? That's the issue. Ryan says, and a lot of times they be covered up when they're breastfeeding. That's true too. Like, the baby's head is covered, breast is covered, they got shawls and scarves and all that other stuff. It's not like she's out here just flashing for, oh, look at my nipples, I'm feeding my baby. Like, no. She has one boob out and she's feeding the child. That's it. Like, I don't see why that's an issue. And sometimes kids not going to wait for you to be wrapped up and have the shawl and the blanket or whatever the case may be. Sometimes you really just, the child is hungry. And the child is going to let you and everybody else in the vicinity know that they're hungry. So why is it such a big deal that she's taking out her breast to feed her child? Like, what is the big deal? Like, and I feel like men and society and that whole sex sells situation is really where the issue comes in, because somewhere down the line, y'all thought breasts were for you. At a point in your life, yes, breasts were for you. Your mother's breasts was for you. Yeah, at that time, when you were nursing, the breasts were for you. The breasts aren't for you. Like, they're just not. Like, I don't know why y'all are stuck thinking that, like, all right, so, and then women, we don't really help the situation either, right? Because we over here piercing them up and Wonder Brawn it up, lifting them up, putting extra stuff in it, taking stuff out, whatever the case may be. Like, we are feeding into all of that as well. Why? For what? Like, honestly, if Eve had never taken the fruit, like I said, if Eve hadn't taken the fruit, if Adam hadn't taken the fruit, we wouldn't even have known that we was naked. We would have just been living and going about our business, doing what we're doing. But because sin came into the picture, God comes and he's like, where are you? Why are you hiding? Adam and Eve hiding from God, hiding their nakedness from God, who made them just the way they were. And they were fine before. God ain't never say, you know what, just so you know, y'all naked and y'all need to cover that up. God ain't never say that to them. But no, now they got all this knowledge and they just so brilliant that God comes and he's asking them where they at. Oh, we found that we were naked and we had to hide. What? That's why we gotta wear all these clothes. We gotta wear bras and socks and, well, some of y'all need them socks, bruh. Some of y'all need them socks. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right to need socks, okay? It's all right to cover them toes up, them claws. It's all right. Not everybody has pretty feet, you know, and that's okay. Shout outs to the not so pretty feet. Shout outs to the pretty feet, whatever. Shout outs to those who don't like feet, whatever. It doesn't matter. The point that I'm trying to make is we're not supposed to be wearing all these clothes. Like, we're not supposed to be covered and shielded and all that other stuff. We're supposed to be living freely. So the fact that y'all really sit here and think that it's inappropriate for a woman to reveal her breast to her child, not even to y'all. Like, she's not even doing it to be flashing y'all or doing anything for y'all at all. She's not even thinking about you. She's thinking about this hungry child who will have a whole fit, and then y'all look at her like she's crazy because she can't whip her boob out because y'all over here judging her for doing so, but then y'all wondering why her baby is crying and screaming and doing all that extra stuff in the corner. Y'all must do better. Y'all must do better. Again, the breasts are part of the reproductive situation that's going. So we get pregnant, we breed, we give birth to the baby now, And now the baby is hungry and we got to take our boobs out and we got to feed the baby. Like, it's not about you. It's not about you. It's not about what you're comfortable with. It's not about who's looking at my boobs and who likes boobs or whatever the case may be. It's not about that. It's about a mother trying to nurse and feed her child. You see how, like, the dogs have the little... You see the dogs feeding their kids. The cows feed their kids. The goats feeding their kids. You see how they feed their kids? That's the same situation going on there. That's the udders on the cow. That's how the boob situation worked there. So for y'all to be so upset that somebody is taking their boob out to feed their child, y'all need to grow up. Do some research on what it is that boobs are there for. Because again, they're not for you. They're not for you to fondle. They're not for you to motorboat. They're not for you to be sticking your nasty penis in between. And no, we not out here to be fucking none of that. That's not what they're for. That's not what boobs, breasts, that's not what they're for. So y'all need to stop overly sexualizing every little thing in the world. Calm down, simmer your little happy penises and vaginas down. Calm down. Just a little bit. Just for a little bit. And stop making everything about sex. It's not that serious. Y'all sound real thirsty all the time. Y'all need help. Y'all really need help. And this goes into a conversation that I was having and with somebody about like having meaningless sex. So I wrote that down too, just for y'all. So we out here like having meaningless sex with people, not realizing that sex is supposed to be something that's beautiful. It's supposed to be a union. And the reason why it's supposed to be for your husband and your wife, it's supposed to be for a spousal situation, a couple situation, is because sex is meant for reproduction. I'll say that one more time. Sex is meant for reproduction. So the reason why y'all like to have sex without condoms and things like that, that is natural. That's how it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to be wrapping it up. They've been telling us, wrap it up, wrap it up, wrap it up. Now y'all gotta wrap it up because y'all are nasty. And y'all contracting all these nasty diseases and things like that. Because y'all not being safe. And y'all just out here having meaningless sex with meaningless people. Alright, it soon burn you, literally and figuratively. But y'all are having sex with these people that you don't care for. And then you're afraid of reproducing with this person that you don't care for. You don't want to bring a baby into this world with this person, this man, this woman who you barely really even know, barely even really like, don't even like at all. But because the opportunity is there and you want to ejaculate or whatever the case may be, that's what you're going to do. And the thing about that is that's not what sex is for. Sex is meant solely for reproduction. I'm sorry to tell you, I'm sorry to burst your bubble and bring you back to reality, but it's not about who does it best and how this one is sucking that and how that one is doing this with her tongue or whatever the case may be. That's not what sex is for. Granted, when you're in a committed relationship, if y'all want to spice up the sex life, do that. That's what responsible and mature adults would do in a committed relationship. Cool. Bet. Do that. I'm proud of you. I'm all for having good sex. That's fine. Not gonna knock you for having good sex, but make it something that you're experiencing with somebody that you actually care for, at least. That's the least you could do for yourself and for that person. Because again, sex is meant for reproduction. Sex is not supposed to be some random fun game that you trying out with a whole bunch of different people. That's not what sex is for. So, again, the reason why y'all don't like to have sex with condoms and other situations, the reason why birth control leads to cervical cancer and the reason why birth control makes some females not even want to have sex is because none of that stuff is natural. It's not okay. You're supposed to come together. If anybody caught that play on words, Your brain on. It's working. It's working. So y'all supposed to come together and you're supposed to build a nation. That's when you're building a family. You're building something greater and bigger than yourselves. Two are becoming one so that you can make another little one. Point blank, period. So when y'all out here and y'all having sex with all these random people, it's like y'all just having sex and having all these meaningless encounters, and it's just not right. So now society is telling us, you know what, just so that you don't get that person pregnant or you don't catch this nasty disease because y'all out here just having sex with all these nasty people, you know what, wrap it up. Put that condom on so you don't have these babies. Take that birth control so you don't have these babies. Like, that's not how it's supposed to be. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. Like, you're supposed to be in a committed relationship with somebody who you would want to have children with going on later on down the line. Y'all heard my arm crack? That's crazy. I'm getting old. But having all this unprotected sex with people that you don't even care about, for what? Even having sex with condoms with people you don't care about, like, you don't trust that person. If you don't trust that person to carry your child, if you don't trust that person to give you a child, that's not a person that you need to be having sex with, and that's point blank, period. But y'all not thinking about that. Y'all just thinking about how you're feeling, how the hormones are raging and all that other stuff. And also, y'all just don't have no damn self-control. Oh, hopefully I didn't hit no nerves. And if you struggle with, like, sexual addiction or something like that, I'm going to pray for you. Honestly, because it's not even like y'all doing anything new or exciting out here anyway. It's not like y'all doing anything that's real fantastic anyway. It's really just the same situation. You do the similar. It's all the same. You get into the same. Y'all all got the same agenda, basically. So even if y'all not doing the same tricks or whatever the case may be, like, the end result is one thing and one thing only. So again, if you just out here having sex with just anybody, you're trash. I shouldn't have said it like that. I'm sorry. That's not what I meant. But for real, like, what is you doing? All right, Chevelle says, exactly. I know some people that are truly comfortable with having multiple baby daddies and baby mamas without a care in the world. It's straight up nasty and irresponsible. And that's facts. Like, no offense. Well, offense if you take it that way. If you're offended, do better. Like, honestly, like, if you're offended, do better, because, like, these kids are looking to us to set examples. And if you wouldn't want your kid to call you a hoe or a slut or a whore or a dog or whatever the case may be, then you need to do better. And I understand that things happen and, you know, relationships don't always go the way that you want them to go, or, you know, you thought it was something that it really wasn't, and this, that, and the third. And I get that. Like, we all make mistakes and we all have to learn things at our own pace, with our own experiences and all of that. So I'm not judging or knocking, but part of the ease revenge concept is when you learn something, you use that to do better in the future. You don't let history repeat itself. So some people will, you know, have that jacked up relationship going on or whatever the case may be, and then they're still out here having jacked up relationships with jacked up females or males or whatever the case may be. Like, y'all really be out here thinking it's okay because you did it before. Like, that's just how I am. That's just how I've been. That's what I saw. That's what I learned. No. Stop letting society tell you what's what. Start studying and showing yourself approved type stuff. Like, get yourself together. Again, breasts are not for man. I'm sorry. Y'all might like them. They might appeal to you. Like, and that's fine, because a woman's body is something of great beauty. Like, beauty was in the eye of the beholder being the Most High, and then eventually being Adam, because the woman was given to Adam so that he wasn't alone. Like, women are supposed to be beautiful. Our bodies are supposed to be something that you desire and that you want. That's really our purpose. We're built for you to love. We're built for you to be in awe. Like, you were made for me. Like, that is what a man is supposed to see when he beholds his woman. You know what I'm saying? So that's fine. I get it. You love her from head to toe, breast to toe, whatever to toe, whatever, top to bottom, left to right, whatever. You're supposed to love, admire, desire your woman, but you're supposed to love, admire, desire, mind you, I said your woman, not every woman on the planet. You only get one. Only get one. And if you want there to be more of an even balance when you out here having these kids or whatever, y'all need to keep throwing some Y chromosomes to us, because y'all always throwing these X chromosomes, and now there's too many women, and y'all still complaining about how many women there are. That's up to y'all, okay? If y'all soldiers is over here marching so hard and so steady for all these women, we're having all these babies, let's get a Y chromosome thrown in there every once in a while, you know? Balance it out for us. Y'all annoying. Like, seriously. Y'all are annoying. But yeah, that's really just what I was getting at as far as, like, you know, sex. Like, everything is just overly sexualized. Everything is always about sex. The woman trying to breastfeed her child, you looking at her boobs. Oh, why you got your boobs out? Because I'm feeding my child. Like, why are you in my business? Like, let her rock. Let her do her thing. Let her be a mother. Because, God forbid, she can't breastfeed or something. Like, it's not happening for her. It's not working. She wasn't able to. Now what? She less of a mother because her child was never able to nurse? Or... No, that's not how it works. Like, come on. Y'all be doing the most. Not everything is about sex at all. Honestly, we are supposed to, like, if we want to keep it a buck, like, we're supposed to be out here walking around naked and free, happy, living life, picking fruits off trees, and just frolicking with the animals and the birds and all that other stuff. We supposed to be happy, living life, being free, just living in a wonderful world. But because we chose to sin, it didn't work out that way. Now we gotta put on clothes, and now we gotta have kids for these dudes who think that our breasts are for them and not for their children. I gotta do better. Let these women nurse their children. It's none of your business anyway. Are you mad because your mother couldn't nurse you, and that's why folks thought you were dyslexic or had ADHD or something? I don't know. Maybe I'm being offensive, and I apologize if I am, but I don't think I am. But if I am, again, I said I apologize. Don't be trying to come at me, because I'm not even going to really hear you, because I already apologized. So I'm not going to take any animosity from anybody, because it's not coming from a place of hatred or anything like that. It's just, I want a better understanding of where y'all are coming from, and I need y'all to have a better understanding of really what this world is supposed to be like, and how it is, and, you know, where the differences lie, and how we could get on a better page, because y'all are really doing too much. Like, y'all really doing way too much with the whole sex thing. Like, it's just a lot. And y'all don't even realize that it's rubbing off on the kids. Like, kids are overly sexualizing things too, and it's not okay. Like, for kids to mimic being in a strip club, that's not okay. It's just not like, for people to think that, I don't know, like, being a stripper used to be something that was more so private, like nightlife stuff. Like, you don't really talk about that during the day or whatever the case may be. And anytime I say this, like, I want to make it very clear, I'm never going to knock a stripper. Never going to knock you. Like, you do what you got to do to get your money, how you plan on getting your money. But that's where sex sells. You know what I'm saying? Like, sex can't be selling everywhere we go. Can't be all about sex everywhere we go. In the strip club, that is a highly, like, sexually charged environment. Sex is gonna sell in there. Cool. Bet. Makes sense. You know what I'm saying? But on TV, like, TV shows that we watch and our kids are watching, and just out in regular, like, indecent exposure, that's a real thing. Like, a woman would not get a ticket for indecent exposure for breastfeeding her child. I would hope she wasn't. I feel like that would have been on the news or something by now. But that's not... What is all of that for? Like, y'all are not even having sex or doing things with people that you even care about. So what is the issue? Like, what's the point, really? What is y'all even trying to do? If y'all trying to have kids, if y'all trying to have babies, if y'all trying to have committed relationships, and y'all trying to get together, build your nation, build your tribe, Wakanda forever and all that, then cool. I'm not knocking it. Be in that committed relationship. Have unprotected sex with your wife. Do that. Have your kids. But if you're just out here just having unprotected sex with a whole bunch of different people that you don't care for, you don't like, you don't love, whatever the case may be, you got to do better. That's not what sex is for. I'm going to say it again. 2 points that I made today. Breasts are not for men. Breasts are for babies. Breasts are a part of the reproductive system. There are milk ducts. D-U-C-T-S. I have a slight lisp. There are milk ducts in there to produce milk for when we are having these kids. That is what the breasts are for. They're not for men. They're not for y'all to ogle. They're not for y'all to fondle. They're not there for y'all to use them during sexual encounters. They're not for you. Every woman is not for you. So the way that y'all, like, that's a verse in the Bible as well. Like, if you were to lust after another man's wife, like, you're committing adultery just by lusting after her, looking at her in a lustful manner, lusting after another woman, another man's wife. Because whether you know it or not, whether she's married at that time or not, her destiny may be for another man. Like, that might be another man's wife. You lusting over her. All them women that y'all lust over on a day-to-day basis, y'all is sinning and committing adultery. Just so y'all ain't know. Look it up. It's in the Bible. And then my second point was also that sex is for reproduction. Sex is for y'all to have kids, build your nation, build your family, be great, be bigger and better, raise royalty. That is what sex is for. Sex is not for y'all to just be out here talking about y'all have addictions and y'all need sex and y'all need multiple partners and y'all need threesomes and y'all need toys and y'all need all of that stuff. Like, that is not what sex is for. Sex is supposed to be an experience that you have with somebody that you love and care for, somebody that you would be willing to have children with if the time was right for y'all or whatever the case may be. That is what sex is for. It's not for y'all to sit here and just throw, like, everything just has to be about sex with y'all. For what? And the fact that y'all can't have conversations that don't lead to sex or aren't sexually driven or our like underlying everything just got to be about sex, sex, sex. Like, yeah, you really need to expand your brains just a little bit further outside of that, because there's so much more to life than just sex. Clearly it's important because, like I said, it's for reproduction. So, you know, the human race depends on us reproducing. So I understand why y'all are out here having sex without condoms and things like that, because that's the natural way to go about it. Can we do that now? No, because people have sexually transmitted diseases and infections and things like that, viruses that you don't want to have. Understandable. People give you like the wrong impression, or they have other intentions for your ulterior motives, if you will, where they say that they love you and they care about you and they want to have kids or whatever the case may be, but really they just want to have sex. Like, people really do tell some of the largest lies just to have sex. And that's sad too. Like, I don't know. It's different. It's different. I can't say that I am, you know, I'm not innocent in any of this at all. I've had a sexual encounter a time or a couple times or whatever. We not gonna count all the times or whatever on the facts only feed. But I'm just saying, like, it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't have been like that. But I wouldn't take it back. I don't regret anything, because I can't sit here and share that with you and share this, you know, concept with you about, you know, being overly sexualized and things like that without walking through the experiences and seeing like what people are willing to do for sex, what people are willing to say for sex, the lies that they'll tell, the things that they'll buy, whatever. People do some really, really weird, crazy, strange things. Not even for some change, but just for some sex. And a lot of times people have these sexual encounters with people that they don't care for, and then they regret it later. What was the point? Just to have an orgasm? Really? Like, you're willing to do all of that just for an orgasm that lasts a matter of seconds ish. The sensation goes away so quickly. You know what I'm saying? You put all that work in. You put all of that work into the sexual encounter, only for it to be over like that. And then somebody's pregnant, or somebody's in their feelings, or somebody has an STD or STI or a virus or whatever the case may be, or that's the end of somebody's relationship, that's the start of a new relationship, whatever. Is it that important? Sex is important. I'm not saying it's not. I would never say it's not. I feel like throughout this entire life, I've said that sex is actually pretty important. Quite important. But, like, is it that important to like just get rid of any sensible morals, values, and principles? Like, really? I don't think so. Because the way you guys act after a sexual encounter, it doesn't make it seem worth it. Again, unless it's with like somebody that you actually care for, like a girlfriend, a wife, a boyfriend, a husband, a fiance, really. Because that boyfriend and girlfriend stuff doesn't even really matter. People think that just because you're a boyfriend and girlfriend or whatever, like, you are guaranteed all this like great sex or whatever the case may be, and that's not even really the case. I was speaking to somebody the other day, and they're just like, honestly, like, you should be in a relationship to try and work towards marriage. And if you're not doing that, then it's really just pointless. There's no reason for you to say that you're in a committed relationship unless throughout that committed relationship, you plan on getting married, or you plan on, working towards that. You plan on getting engaged or something. So for y'all to be out here with these girlfriends and boyfriends that y'all don't even really think it's going to get that far, y'all just like the boyfriend and girlfriend title or whatever, y'all having sex with them and this, that, and the third, and it's just pointless. It's really meaningless. Because then the relationship is over, and what do you think about? The sex. Like, if it was good, you say how good it was and how much you missed that. If it was bad, I don't even know why I was with her because the sex was so trash. I don't even know why I was with him because he couldn't do this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very trivial. Hate to say it. It's supposed to be something really beautiful and something really meaningful. Something where two people become one. And it's all good and it's all great. But I mean, in this day and age, it's very rare that people find a spouse or a partner that they're really down for. Like, they really are all in for. So that's just my take on sex in modern day world. Y'all overly sexualize everything. Not everything has to be about sex. And if it is going to be about sex, you need to be having sex with somebody that you want to reproduce with, that you want to have a child with, that you want to make that life-altering decision with. That's what sex is for. Sex is for reproduction. It's not for fun. It's not for sport. You're not supposed to be racking up points. You're not supposed to be hitting new heights and levels of this, that, and the third. You're not trying to level up when you have sex with people. Sex is for reproduction. Breasts are for babies. And I really just can't stress that enough. And I mean, a lot of people thought I was going to be on here just talking like some whole freak nasty stuff, and I'm not. I'm just speaking the facts. Facts only. That's what it is. Live from Florida. Clearwater to be exact. I'll be relocating soon. That's really why I'm here. I plan on moving down here to Florida. For anybody who didn't know that, I've been thinking about moving to Florida for some time now. And I'm actually in the process of like getting my stuff together so I can get down here. So I'll be down here soon. So making that transition from Connecticut to Florida. It is what it is. I got to do something different. Got to spread my wings and fly or whatever. But facts only is always going to be something that I'm going to do no matter where I'm at. So if I have to do it on location, I'm going to do it on location. It doesn't matter where I'm at. I made a commitment to do facts only every Monday at 7:30. And that's what I'm going to do. So just here talking about sex and how underrated and overrated it is. Pretty much. Underrated and overrated. Underrated because people don't really know how beautiful sex is really supposed to be. Like how truly and deeply, like, emotionally, spiritually, physically binding that union of two bodies is supposed to be. That's how underrated sex is right now. Like, people don't even get, like, it's so overrated that it's underrated. That's crazy. Like, it's so overrated that it's underrated. It's crazy. Like, y'all are just, again, having all of this meaningless sex. It doesn't mean anything. The one night stand. The I don't even really like him or her. She was just there. We were both drunk. She's not even that cute, but she was DTF or whatever. Like, all of that. All of that. For something that's supposed to be wild, beautiful. Like, you're supposed to be in love with that person. Your bodies are coming together as one. In that moment. That one moment. Because we always have, like, our own thoughts, our own feelings, our own emotions about everything. You know, we're two different people. But in that moment, sex is supposed to be those two different people becoming one person. With the same mentality, that same emotion, like the same vibe. They're supposed to come together and reproduce. Like, that is the point. Like, in that moment, two people become one to make one person. Like, sex is supposed to be beautiful. Two people, if you lucky enough and you get some twins. Like, I'm just saying. Sex is supposed to be beautiful. Sex is supposed to be important. Sex is supposed to be meaningful. Sex is supposed to be with somebody that you love. Sex is supposed to be with somebody that you trust. Sex is for reproduction. Breasts are for reproduction. I keep talking about the breastfeeding, but that was something that we talked about earlier. And I also was on a status about it too. So I just wanted to touch base on that because I saw the status and it was just like, it went perfectly with what I was trying to get at. It's just like, our bodies are so overly sexualized. Like, people can't be naked without it being like, oh my God. Like, the strippers are naked and that's sexual because they're taking their clothes off. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all are taking y'all clothes off and that means sex. Not necessarily. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking my clothes off because I came into this world without clothes. I came into this world without clothes. Like, God made Adam and Eve and they were naked. They were naked until they ate the fruit and realized that they were naked and decided to clothe themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. It's just crazy. Just little things that I'm going to be touching base on and doing more research on so I can have like more answers and more things to enlighten all of us. Because when things pop up for me, I get excited about it. I write it down and I decide that I'm going to share it with y'all because it's crazy. Like, this stuff is crazy. Like, who would have thought? Who thinks this way? Not many people think this way. I know there are people out there. Shout outs to y'all. But it's just like, people, I don't know. Like, people really are out here saying that, like, sex means nothing. Like, oh, sex don't mean nothing no more. Sex don't mean nothing no more. It should. Just because that's how it is now doesn't mean that's how it's supposed to be. Like, that's how it was meant to be. So again, once we gain knowledge and we have an understanding of something, a clear understanding too, because a lot of people, the issue comes in where they have different interpretations of things. So we're not on the same level because you're understanding it a different way than I am or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, again, sex was made for reproduction. Sex was made for reproduction. Breasts are a part of the reproductive system, the reproductive organs, the milk ducts to feed these children that we have after having sex. So the next time you think about playing with somebody's breasts or their nipples or whatever the case, remember what they're there for. And remember that if you are not ready to be somebody's father, or somebody's mother, you need to think about that, because y'all can't keep thinking about that all after the fact, after y'all done had unprotected sex and all that other stuff. Like, y'all gotta do better. Stop using Henny and alcohol. Henny is alcohol, but I'm just saying other alcoholic beverages. Stop using those as excuses. Just stop it. Stop saying, like, I hadn't had sex in such a long time. I was just so horny, whatever the case may be. Stop using those things as excuses. Because it's not going to matter. Like, whether you have an excuse, reason, or whatever, like, the end result will always be the end result, no matter what the reason you decided to do it for was. You know what I'm saying? So just deal with the consequences. Like, don't give me the reason why you did something. And again, that's kind of like with the whole Adam and Eve stuff too. Like, God came to them and was like, yo, you ate this fruit that I told you not to eat. Like, what's good with you? They're like, oh, well, this one gave it to me and that one gave it to me and he lied to me and you. All right, but my question was like, you ate the fruit I told you not to eat, and now y'all gonna sit here and just point fingers. Like, stop talking about the reason why you did it, why I did it, because nobody cares about why you did it. We're trying to figure out this end result right here, and now that everything's all effed up and jacked up, and now how it's supposed to be, all out of whack. Everything's out of whack because you chose to do one thing. You know what I'm saying? Take responsibility, take accountability for your decisions and what you're deciding to do. What you're choosing to do with that free will that you have. You're choosing to make these decisions. And then when the outcome comes about, when that baby comes about, when that STD comes about, when that STI comes about, when the HPV comes about, when the HIV AIDS comes about, when all that comes about, now you want to think about why you did it. Don't really care why. Now we got to handle this, the outcome. This plus this equals this. So that equal, we got to balance all that out. We got to balance that whole equation out. We got to figure out how we right that wrong. You know what I'm saying? So again, y'all, just be more mindful. Pay attention to what you're doing. Not even just with sex. Like, I know sex is like a really touchy subject, especially with somebody who's like trying to do the whole Christ walk and stuff like that. I can be very vulgar. I can be very, I'm a very modern day believer of the Most High. So, a lot of people confuse it with me still being like in the world. And I'm not. I just have an understanding of the world. I was in the world. I've been in the world. So I get how the world operates. So I'm bringing that into my Christ walk so I can make better decisions and I can help other people make better decisions as well. Because if I start acting like I've never made a mistake and I've never been in trouble or I've never done something stupid or I've never, you know what I'm saying? If I act like I'm holier than thou, how is anybody going to follow me and decide to make a decision to, you know, follow the Most High if I'm acting like I'm the Most High himself? Like, I'm not. I'm no better than the next person. I'll never act like I'm better than the next person because I know I'm not. I might be doing better. I might be doing better things. I might be in a different place in my life. I might be making different decisions and things like that. That might be the case, but I'm not better than anybody. God made us all the same. I bleed like you bleed. I breathe like you breathe. I live how you live. You know what I'm saying? I might not be living in the biggest house. I might not have the best and most blazing car. Shout outs to my Durango though. Like, I might not have what you have and you may not have what I have, but you have life if you can watch this video or if you can wake up in the morning or whatever the case may be. Like, you have life, I have life, and all we can do is make the best of our living situations. So continue to do what makes you happy. Continue to strive for your dreams. Take risks. Do what you want to do, because at the end of the day, the only person that can judge you is God, and his judgment is not going to be based on why you did it, if that makes sense. It's how you handle it. You know what I'm saying? So you can do wrong. That's fine. You're going to make mistakes. That's fine. Ain't nobody saying you're going to be perfect, because you definitely aren't. You're definitely not perfect. So don't ever feel like, because a lot of people who are like perfectionists or whatever, they often get discouraged or they get upset with themselves or with their situations because they're not exactly where they want to be and things aren't playing out exactly how they want it to play out. And I struggle with that myself as well. But we have to realize we're not perfect. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to sexualize things. We're going to have unprotected sex with people we don't love or people who aren't our husbands or wives or whatever. We're going to cheat on our spouses. We're going to be addicted to drugs. We're going to be addicted to alcohol, gambling, whatever the case may be. Whatever your struggle is, live through that struggle, grow through that struggle, succeed through that struggle. You're not meant to struggle and just stay down and struggle. You're meant to come up and be better and do better at the end of the day. So the only reason why I bring any of this information to y'all is because I love you, and it comes from a place of love, and I want to continue to spread the love and the knowledge and the enlightenment to all of y'all so that y'all can live better lives and be better yous and all that other stuff. If y'all have topics and things like that y'all want me to talk about, let me know. This one was a real chill and relaxed episode because, again, I'm in Florida. The weather is nice. Okay. I know my folks out there in the Northeast dealing with some bipolar, snow one day, rain next day, sun the next day. I get it. But I've been there before, and I know how it is. So I can speak on that, too. I'm not going to come down to Florida and act brand new like I don't know how it get. I'm not going to do that. I would not do that to y'all. Got to live by the facts only. And the fact of the matter is, if they cancel my flight on Friday, I'm not coming back to Connecticut. No, but for real. I love y'all. I need y'all to understand what it is that I'm saying. If y'all don't understand it, that's fine. Let me know what y'all don't understand so that I can, try and share it to you in a different way. I'm very versatile with my message and my delivery and stuff like that. So if you're not following me, let me know. I'm sorry, Auntie. I know you want the sun too. I'll bring some. Sunshine State got plenty of sun for all of us. I'm going to pack some up. Ship it your way, because I love you, girl. No, but honestly, I love all of y'all and all of the stuff that I do through Facts Only, through this Eve's Revenge movement, and just the knowledge and the enlightenment that I'm trying to share with y'all, and the vision that the Most High has for me and what He wants me to do, what my purpose is and stuff like that. It's important for me to live that straight through. Like, no matter what I'm doing, just know that I'm not doing it alone. I'm not doing it for no reason. I'm not doing it for clout. I'm not doing it for popularity. I'm not doing it for laughs. I'm not doing that for none of that. This is bigger than me. It's bigger than y'all. And it's important that we come to an understanding of what we're supposed to do and where we're supposed to be doing it and how we're supposed to be doing it. So if I can help bring somebody to their purpose, that's part of my purpose. Like, that's part of my journey. I just want to help. And I learned that not everybody's going to listen. Not everybody's going to like it. Not everybody's going to want it. I have to get comfortable with that because I like when people agree with me and feel what I'm saying and want to do what I'm doing. But when they don't, I feel away. I feel like it's fair, but I have to learn that it's not okay. You know what I'm saying? It's okay for them to not want to follow me and stuff like that. That's what I'm trying to say. So, whatever, y'all. It'll probably take a little while for me to upload this on YouTube. I'll see if my sisters can do that for me, download it, and then upload it to YouTube for y'all and all the other social media accounts that I have. If y'all not subscribed to Facts Only yet, y'all whack. And I'm tired of telling y'all to do it, but I'm going to tell y'all to do it anyway. Subscribe to the Facts Only YouTube channel. It's on Mixcloud. You can like the Facts Only Facebook page. Share that with your friends and all that other stuff. I'm still taking suggestions. I'm also still taking poetry, short stories, ideas for short films, paintings, pictures, and things like that to go with the Eve's Revenge concept. I'll probably write a note and post it on Facebook just so that y'all have something in writing in regards to exactly what Eve's Revenge is all about. Because when I mention it, people are still asking me like, what am I talking about? And that just be making me feel like y'all don't be listening to me when I say it to y'all the first time. But I'm gonna stop having Kanye moments and just, stop snapping and spazzing and all that other stuff. And just, if y'all I really hate repeating myself, so that's why I get an attitude every time like I bring it up again. But I'm more than happy to share it with you so that y'all have something just to revert back to and kind of give me your thoughts and comments and things like that. Your ideas and what you think about Eve's Revenge and the whole movement. Because again, like I said, it's going to be something bigger than all of us. Bigger than me, bigger than you, bigger than loving hip hop and all that other foolishness that we be so, gassed up on and wrapped up in and all that other stuff. Like, we got kids to raise and nurse with our boobs. Y'all annoying. But thank you to everybody who tuned in to Facts Only tonight. Again, it was a chill, cool episode. Shout out to my aunt for braiding my hair too. This is supposed to be a mohawk. I want it to kind of like, eventually I will like undo some of the twists so it could look more mohawky, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Yes, auntie, real positivity. That's all I'm trying to show these people, because we have a whole lot of foolishness going on in this world, and I'm tired of seeing it, and I just feel like history does not need to continue repeating itself. We have to make choices. Baby, I'm about to be a grandma. You better be a grandma. We'll talk. You better be a grandma. Auntie, no. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. But yeah, I love y'all. Share this video. Do all that. I'm gonna be here. I'm here in Florida until Friday. I did decide that I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go home. I was debating whether or not I was gonna go home or just stay here, but I'm gonna go home so I could get some more of my stuff. Like, they want, like 2 forms of ID and stuff. Like, I only got my ID because I thought I was just traveling real quick. So I forgot jobs need 2 forms of ID. So, yeah, I'm gonna go home back to Connecticut, and then I'll be back out and about again to kind of just, relocate like I said I'm about to do, because I said I'm gonna do something and I'm about to do it. That's it. That damn keys. But congratulations. All right, y'all, so I'm about to log off, and I will talk to y'all next Monday. I'll probably pop up on live just to pop up and let you know that I'm still alive and I'm still in Florida enjoying, Florida weather and stuff. For all my Northeast people in CT, all that stuff. And again, I'll be posting the information for Eve's Revenge up here. A lot of it I have to edit because it's really just like off the top. And y'all know I'm kind of like scatterbrained, so I'm kind of all over the place. Everything does tie into itself. Everything does tie together. Whatever, y'all know what I mean. So everything does come together. I just have to make it come together for y'all. put it in order, give it some structure, stuff like that. And then I'll post it up for y'all to kind of read and give me comments, feedback, things like that. And then again, I still want people to contribute. So poetry, short stories, ideas for short films, people who want to model, people who want to do like photo shoots, photography, painting, sculpture, music. I need the music too. I'm also writing some lyrics and things down for myself. So if y'all want to work on this project, please let me know. I'm open to all contributors and things like that. So just hit me up. Let me know. Again, thank you so much for joining Facts Only this evening. Live from Clearwater, Florida, whatever. And I will see y'all next week or later on this week or whenever I feel like it or whatever, because it's my show and I do what I want. Just joking, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good night. Thanks for watching Facts Only Season 2, Episode 5.